Andreas here, Zauberer Kennels, showing you a little training walk with Otto, or Doberman in training, with the Elite in-home training program. Here I just take a walk down the street on the flexi leash. Of course, the electric collar is on, with the goal practicing the recall with the safety net of the flexi leash. That's we are pretty close with him to take the leash off altogether, because the responses are happening so fast and reliable that I think we can take the training wheels off. I just want to demonstrate real quick my setup here and the number of recalls in relation to the duration of the walk. We want the dog to be surprised when he gets called. I let him check everything out that is going on. He is pretty much receptive to his environment, so he's not thinking too much about me and being called.
Otto.
Yeah, I call him for the first time, and what I do is I hit the button on the electric collar at the same time I'm calling, and as soon as the response starts, I let go of the button.
Free.
So he learns how to turn the collar off by showing the right response. The leash is just there to prevent him from doing anything else in case I have to help him manually with the leash to find a way to turn the collar off. But that's just the training wheels here that we don't really use. The leash, and the dog has to sit in front of me until I release him. There is no touch and go. Once you come to me, you gotta sit by me in my reach and wait for the release command. I let him forget about it, because you saw a moment ago he was checking in with me to see whether or not it's worthwhile just being by me, and it's not, as long as I don't call you.
Otto.
Call him. I hit the stim button just real quick. You saw him shake his head. That's a normal response on a low-level stimulation that just touches, tickles a little bit. And of course it turned off immediately as he turned around and started coming to me. And of course, I pointed it out before, but I'll point it out again. This is after a lot of sessions of preparation, of showing the dog how to operate the collar, meaning turning it off, showing the right response to a command that has been properly introduced before all of this. It's quite the way to go from the start to where we are right here, which I'm showing you, like I said, almost the final stage of a totally free recall.
Otto.
Without even having to use the collar, because the dog has understood that the command is a clear announcement to what's going to happen and how to manipulate the situation to his advantage. course, another thing to be mentioned is you don't want to go out there and try this or try to teach the dog or train the dog to do anything, in fact, with a bunch of distractions around. The dog is distracted enough as it is, watching his environment, even though he is familiar with the environment, and there's barely anything else going on but the neighbors, the kids, in a distance that is just slightly distracting him and not really overstimulate him in a different direction so he can't concentrate on training. Later on, of course, we will take him to highly distracted or distractive environments and secure the performance even more. Here, my other dog is barking in the yard behind the fence, so I'm bringing Otto closer to the fence, step by step, to the dog that he clearly hears, and hope to get a chance to reinforce my recall with the collar and the reward following if he is really getting totally interested in the other dog. So I'm totally in charge of the situation here because I can control the distance between the dogs to each other. And I called him, he saw the dog, he wasn't overly wild about wanting to see him, and it worked out perfectly fine.